Yeah. Fired up.
This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't gas, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build. Tier 1 setup shop.
Yeah.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your...
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studio. My name is Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth, and we are back once again on a beautiful late-night Saturday night here with the Core Pro-4 Off-Road Esports Championship here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Cleveland Off-Road. Arguably the most difficult track in all of iRacing at the moment. Big air, tight corners, and right here, arguably the most difficult part of the circuit, the whoops as they're known. Short, fast jumps right in the mid part of the circuit as someone pile drives it into one of the concrete tires. Two people pile drive it into the concrete tires here at Lucas Oil Speedway. I'm not sure why my plug-in has decided to stop working, but let's see if we can trick it. It is choosing not to show the map. I do not understand why. Give me one moment while I unbreak all of my stuff, because I can promise you it worked just fine a minute ago. Let's see if we can fire up a new instance of SDK and see if that helps. Reload. Okay, well, I guess we're not gonna have a track map out here tonight, so apologies for that. But yes, we are back with the Core Pro-4 Off-Road Championship here at Lucas Oil Speedway, as the 93 we've been on board with of Brandon Salstrom goes down the very narrow pit road as we have less than 2 minutes to go. Chase Spalding, so far, the fastest truck on track in the 039. 586 of Ray Beaudoin. David Haldred in third. Brian Nicholas in fourth. James Burke in fifth. Vladin Lakovic in sixth. Tyler Shattuck in seventh. Brandon Forsad in eighth. Michael Boyd in ninth. Joel Ulrich in 10th. Adam McAfee in 11th. Christian Noble in 12th. Jason Freites in 13th. Richard Hardman in 14th. Brandon Shalstrom in 15th. Warren Watkins in 16th. Tyler Spencer in 17th. Justin M. White in 18th. Jared Lathrop in 19th. Jack Klepchik in 20th. And Ace Campbell in 21st. Very tricky track out here tonight. Multiple big air jumps. Less than 30 seconds left in practice. Yes, sweeping corners, big air into a tight technical section. We're still on board with the 039 of Chase Spalding in the CDJ Chevrolet, quote-unquote, Pro-4, because you can't actually, they don't actually have specific manufactured trucks. You have to add your own nose logos to the vehicle in order for them to take. As practice comes to a close, we're getting ready to go racing here. We head over to qualifying. And folks, I apologize. I don't know why the track info is not working, so we will jump over to Brandon Shalstrom in the number 93 Monster Energy machine. Actually, you know what? We've been on with him before. Let's go on to Jack Klepchik in the 55. Through the sweeping left-hander into the big motocross jump, over the little jump there, into the big air. Huge speed. He there is trying to get that truck set up for this tight 90-degree left-hand turn up into the next big jump. Downshift set up for the whoops after another big left-hander. Completely missing the whoops is the number 55 of Jack Klepchik. Apologies if that is not how you say your name. Into the tight hairpins, right, left, and into a sweeping left. Around the corner towards the start-finish line we go. Number 55. Big air over the last jump across the start-finish line. This will be his opening lap. Into the sweeping left-hander. Downshifting to third. Into the next one. Down to second. Back up to third, back up to fourth. Shifting early to keep the temps in these Pro-4 trucks cool. Very close to the tires. Gotta watch out for those tonight. I was personally victim of them in the D2 race, the untelevised race before this league starts. Clipping the curb a little bit there, or clipping the berm, I guess you could call it. Over the jump again, completely over the grass. And the left-hander over the whoops go again. He's off the road again. I'm amazed he didn't pile drive that wall or that tire. Beautiful racing line from the number 55 as he sets up another beautiful right-hand hairpin into the next left-hander. 55 of Jack Klepchik. Currently trying to set a good time out here. James Burke currently on pole. Klepchik will have to see where he starts. Klepchik only good enough for third. Brandon Fasad up to first. Now Chase Spalding. A lot of guys starting to knock Klepchik down into the lower part of the field as he starts his second flying lap. Only good enough for 8 as more people come across the start-finish line. Let's jump on board with somebody else. Let's go on board with Tyler Shattuck in the number 37 as he goes up to 5th place in the refined number 37. Across the start-finish line into turns 1 and 2. Beautiful slides, trying to make the most of that racetrack. Use as much speed as he can. Around the sweeping left-hander towards the motocross jump. Trying to set up nice and wide with the least amount of hang time over that jump. Braking a little bit early, I believe, into the jump, which is unusual in my opinion because I usually just full send it. Maybe that's why I usually brake my truck. Into the left-hander, right across. A lot of guys very much on the grass. Managed to get it recovered. I was worried he spun it out there. Going over the jump into the next right and left hairpins. Once again, currently down in 6th. Let's see what Shattuck can do. These guys are going over 5 or 6 seconds a lap faster than I am. My personal best is a 1:14 in the D2 race. I was only doing about a 1:17. If he crosses the start-finish line, he will stay 7th place. Let's jump down into the field. Down to Mladen Lakovic in the number 106. Under the bridge. After the hairpins into the sweeping left-hander. Keeping it nice and tidy. Up over the jump. Big air across the start-finish line. This is only his opening lap, so he has plenty to prove. In that number 106, one of only 3 cars yet to qualify. Tyler Spencer, Jared Lathrop, and Mladen Lakovic, who are on board with now. Into the next left-hander. I believe that is a Ford nose on that car. Over the jump into the left-hander, and over the whoops we go. A lot of guys running wide, big time sideways, but it worked out for him in the end. In the number 106, beautiful recovery up over the jump and into the hairpins. Under the bridge we go again. Over the jump and across the start-finish line. He will go 9th fastest right at the end of qualifying. Heat number 1 will decide who advances to the feature race. Warren Watkins on the pole. Huh? Okay, apparently all of my things are broken tonight for some reason. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Pace truck is off. We are rolling. Everybody getting settled in. Warren Watkins, Joel Earlrich in first and second. David Holdren, Christian Noble, Jason Freitz, Brandon Schallstrom, Jack Klepchik, Tyler Spencer, Justin White, Ace Campbell, and Jared Lathrop, rounding out the bottom of this 10 or 11 car race. Whoa, somebody very far off the road. That's the 75 of Jason Freitz. We're not even racing yet. We got trucks going all over the place. Come around the final few turns here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Here on the road course, everybody getting settled in, ready to go green flag. As soon as the pace truck dives down pit road, field spread out a little bit, trying to get everybody stacked back up. Back into the final turn. All 11 trucks here, ready to go racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Around the final corner we go, up over the hill. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Lucas Oil. Big time air off the first jump and into the first couple of jumps and into the first turn. We go. Everybody gets stacked up early. 75 already making up some time here. He's up into the top 5. No cautions in this kind of racing. It is crash and bang and hang on and have a good time or you're out. As Jason Freitz is already up to 4th on board with the 39 of Warren Watkins. We jump over the little hippie jump into the big air motocross jump into the 90-degree left-hand turn. Apologies, I'm a little dim today. Whoa, big slide job from someone further in the back. 93 stuck up against the wall. Whoa, 728 up and over. He's flipping into the catch fence. Stuck on his side, nowhere to go. Jack Klepchik also with a mistake over the whoops. 524 clips the concrete tires right off of the hairpins. A lot of chaos early into lap 1 of this race. Tyler Spencer in the 31. In the Fred Racing number 31 Ram. Down in 4th at the moment. Trying to catch up to the rest of the field. Jason Freight's having to get towed back to pit road. Not a great start for Jason Freight or Ace Campbell. They are both down pit road, having to get towed back. If we're still on board with the, I believe that it says the Fred Racing number 31. And I personally just remembered that I have a whole bunch of stuff that I should have been talking about during the start of the broadcast as we jump back on board with the 86 of Joel Earlrich as we go completely off the whoops. 39 of Warren Watkins bullying him a little bit out of the way. We go over the jump and into the hairpins. 86 putting the pressure on the 39 right there on his fenders as we come off the final two turns off and under the bridge into the sweeping left-hander. Towards the start-finish line we go. Rest of the field, good little bit back. Justin White over 4 seconds behind Joel Earlrich in the number 86. As we're on board with him now, 39 just ahead of him. This is a great battle for the lead as we go through turns 2 and into 3. Over the jump and into turn 3 we go now, heading towards the big motocross jump we go again. Everybody trying to use as much of the road as they can and keep up as much speed as possible. 39 having a little more speed over the jump, getting a little bit ahead of the 86 as we go over the second big air over towards the whoops. 86 with a beautiful line right alongside the 39 into the next jump as we head into the hairpin section once again. Right along the tire wall, 86 and the 39 jockeying for the position. 86 getting punted out of the way a little bit by the 39. The rest of the field starts to follow suit as we slide through the final turn and back across the start-finish line. Let's jump back into the field for the rest of the battle. Let's jump down to the 936 of Christian Noble. Over the jump across the start-finish line, Justin White and Tyler Spencer just ahead. David Holdren right behind him. Brandon Schallstrom, excuse me, I'm still learning names here. Schallstrom a good bit back. He's 3 seconds behind the 946 at the moment. We're on board with him now. Beautiful slides from everybody. 946 boozy jerky machine, excuse me. Over the motocross jump. Huge air from everybody. I believe these guys are actually trying to let off before the jump. That is probably actually helping them as to where I usually just, again, full send over it and break all of my suspension. Here with the God, I suck tonight. Here with the Core Pro-4, 946 at Christian Noble off the road, right at the end of the whoops. Warren Watkins and the 86 of Joel Earlrich. I was a bit like, wait a minute, where are they? As we see a couple trucks going over the bridge as they drive under 86 with a beautiful jump up the inside. Doesn't quite have the speed to make it happen. Beautiful slide job into turn 1. 86 really putting the pressure on the 39 as we have 2 laps to go here at Lucas Oil. 86 of Joel Earlrich trying to catch up. 39 and the 86. 20 of Justin White over 7 seconds behind as we head into the motocross jump once again. Both these guys really keeping the pressure on each other. 86 with a bad jump, completely two-wheeling it on the landing into the left-hander over the next jump over the bridge. Into the left-hander 90 and into the loops we go. Ulrich and Watkins with much better runs over the whoops than we've seen so far tonight off of the first hairpin over the jump and into the second one. 39 of Warren Watkins still with a good lead. 86 completely almost cutting the corner there. Didn't want to clip the tires, managed to get around it, but lost a lot of time doing it. He's now a 2 1/4, a 2 1/3 behind the number 39. White flag is out, coming back no matter what here at Lucas Oil in heat number 1. Final lap for Warren Watkins. Will Joel Earlrich have a response for this number 39 GovX Exalta machine just ahead of him? Through the first 2 turns, heading into turn 3. over the next small jump. Into turn 3 now. Charging towards the big air. Throttle wide open. Huge air from the 39 this time. That's the way you do it. 86 trying to keep up with him through the left-hander and over the bridge. Into the next turns. Over the whoops we go. Really trying to keep the speed up. That is the best way to do it. 39 clipping the end jump. Getting sent into a wheelie as he slides around the corner. Up and over the next jump and into the hairpins. 86 patching up just a little bit, but it's not going to be enough for Joel Earlrich. Warren Watkins, unless he clips the curb on the, or clips a tire on the inside of the racetrack, he is going to win heat number 1. Warren Watkins jumps across the start-finish line and wins heat number 1. Joel Earlrich in second and David Holdren in third. Tyler Spencer, Christian Noble, Brandon Shallstrom, Justin White, Jason Frace, Ace Campbell, Jared Lathrop, and Jack Klepchik both out. Freights and Campbell both down 1. Warren Watkins, Heat 1 winner here at Lucas Oil. This broadcast is brought to you by CORE, the Champions Off-Road Racing Esports League, MBJ Race, Wraps, and Design. My apologies, I don't know what's going on tonight. MBJ Race, Wraps, and Design, and Dubby, the official partnered sponsor of CORE. Use code PRO-4 for 20% off your order at Dubby.com. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Tier 1 Studio, Tier 1 Wraps, and Tier 1 Setup Shops. We head over to warm-ups here. Let's take a onboard ride-along with James Burke. You can get a first-hand experience. Ignore the fact that his dashboard says reverse. I don't know why it's doing that, because he's very clearly not going in reverse out here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. All the way into the grass, over the bridge, and into the whoops. This is arguably the most difficult section of the track, as you see the 039 pull a big wheelie over the jumps and into the next hairpin and the first big jump, or well, the last really big jump anyway, through the hairpins, under the bridge now, trucks over and under, 039 just ahead of him. 039 of Chase Spalding just ahead. Very technical lap out here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland Off-Road Park. The real big thing is the whoops and these sharp 90-degree left-handers after two decently big jumps. This one especially being the motocross style jump, huge air. If you let off the throttle or brake, the nose will dive down and you will have a bad time flipping that truck all the way over here at Lucas Oil. We jump into the whoops once again, still on board with the number 7 of James Burke. Trying to keep up with the 039 of Spalding just ahead of him. He's in third at the moment. Spalding with the fastest truck on track at the moment. This is what a few laps at Lucas Oil Raceway, or Speedway, are going to look like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the feature event everybody's been waiting for. Brandon Forsad up in first, Adam McAfee in second, Chase Spalding in third, Jack Klepchik in fourth, Michael Boyd in fifth, James Burke in sixth, Ray Baudouin in seventh, Richard Hardman in eighth, Jason Freight in ninth, Tyler Shattuck in 10th. Don't know why it's showing as multiple cars on the same position. Mladen Lakovic in 11th, Brian Nicholas in 12th. What in the heck is going on here? All of my stuff is very much wrong. I don't get what's happening here. You know what? Everybody's where they're at. How about that? How does that sound? Look at the timesheet. It's all fine. I believe Brandon Forsad has an EOL penalty. So Spalding and Adam McAfee will take the front row. Apologies for not knowing what's going on with my SDK, but I do not know what's going on out here. And I also realize I've been running the wrong color on the timing tower all night. It's fine. Adam McAfee on the point. Chase Spalding, excuse me. Right next to him. James Burke, Michael Boyd. Richard Hardman, Ray Baudouin, Mladen Lakovic, Tyler Shattuck, Ryan Nicholas, Warren Watkins, Joel Earlrich, David Holdren, Tyler Spencer, Christian Noel, Brandon Shellstrom, Brandon Forsad, Jared Lathrop, and Justin White, both not starting this race as we go over the whoops. Pace truck having a time of its life to go over the whoops. Into the hairpins, everybody getting settled back in and ready to go racing here at Lucas Oil. Over the jump and into the hairpins. Pace truck getting ready to dive down pit road this time. There it goes. 13 lap feature here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Through the final turn we go. Waiting patiently on the green. Green flag is in the air. We are racing. Chase Spalding. Everybody filing out behind them. It's going to be chaos into turn 1. 18.039, 7, 313, 809, 37. Everybody involved. A little bit of 4 wide action as we come off of turn 2 into turn 3. Over the jump we go. Off of turn 3 now. We jump inside with Chase Spalding trying to run down the 18 of Adam McAfee right in front of him. Over the jump, everybody committing to it. Big air. 18 a little bit cattywampus off the end of the jump there. Managed to recover it as we go into the next big air. 18 setting up beautifully. 7 right behind the 039 as well. Everybody trying to go cleanly over the whoops. Into the first of the 3 hairpins. Over the jump and into the next one. Side by side, 039 and the 18. 18 bounced wrong. Whoa, one truck up. Just straight up pile driving into the side of somebody back there. We go off of the final hairpin into the last turn. Field starting to spread out a little bit here. 10 seconds between our leader Adam McAfee and Christian Noble at the rear end of the field in the 946. Go through turns 1 and 2 we go again. Top 4 on your screen. Now through the top 7, top 10. Everybody's starting to file through. Single file action for the most part. We have the Batmobile of Adam McAfee leading the way at the moment. Let's jump down into the field a little bit more. Let's go down to Ray Baudouin in the 586. Through turn 3, heading into the next jump and over the motocross jump. Everybody trying to get some huge speed over it. Big air for the 586. Whoa, we got huge trouble. Somebody flipping Brandon Forsad up over the fence. And he's still going for it. What a crash. He's now missing both of his fenders on the rear end of the truck. What a flip for Brandon Prasad. As we go through the hairpins, catching up to 946 of Christian Noble, just ahead of him 524 of David Holdren, Brandon Salstrom, Tyler Spencer, Brandon Prasad down pit road this time. I don't blame him. Jump up to Richard Hardman in the 313 as we get settled back in. My apologies for being a little loud there, but wow, that was a crash. 11 laps to go. 313 trying to run down the 7 to James Burke. This is the battle for third. Off of turn 3 over the first little jump and into the big motocross jump. Chase Spalding and Adam McAfee still having a good fight for the lead just ahead of him. 18 didn't get the great setup he wanted over the jump. 7 and the 313 over the jump and into the left-hander into the whoops we go. The hardest part about the whoops is knowing that you have to really commit to going fast over them, otherwise you're going to clip the jumps. Chase Spalding now in the lead in the 039 CDJ machine. Going through the last hairpin off of that into the final turn. Very minimal counter steer in these Pro-4 trucks, the four-wheel drive in them helping everybody else keep things in control. Setting up nice and early into turn 1. I don't understand why the dashboard says reverse, but clearly he's not going in reverse. Through turns 1 and 2, into the jump and into turn 3 we go. 039 of Chase Spalding leading the way now with 10 laps to go. Relatively unscathed in that 039. We'll see how long that lasts as we jump down to Michael Boyd Jr. in the 809. Another boozy jerky machine out here tonight. Down in 8th at the moment, down 4 positions at the start of the race. 19 Valvoline Texaco machine of Brian Nicholas right behind him. I believe that was Mladen Lakovic with a problem. Yes, his truck is broken at the top of turn 5, or turn 4, excuse me, just after the motocross jump. He's got no front right suspension or steering. That truck is crippled. We jump back into the field. Let's go on board with Brian Nicholas. We go through the hairpins, trying to get under the bridge. Lakovic stuck on the high side. Lakovic getting towed back to pit road. Truck is too damaged to continue. Brian Nicholas down in 8th, at the moment. Joel Ulrich just behind him in 9th. David Holdren in 10th. Christian Noble in 11th. Brandon Shallstrom in 12th. Tyler Shattuck in 13th. Tyler Spencer in 14th, down pit road. Brandon Prasad in 15th. Mladen Lakovic in 16th. Jared Lathrop and Justin White did not start the race. 9 laps to go here at Lucas Oil. Over the jump once again, everybody letting off a little bit early. That's what you have to worry about, though, the big nosedive that these trucks take off of the air. If you let off the throttle, they tend to nosedive quite hard. Jump up to Richard Hardman once again in the battle for third. Whoa, we gotta get, he's going over. Battle for third did the same thing I did in the D2 race. Sent it up over and rolled the SOB off of the jump before the hairpins. Managed to get it back on all 4, I believe those are BF Goodrich tires on his sponsor particularly. And managed to keep it going in that 313. What a beautiful save. Roll and keep going, my friend. Beautiful rollover. Jump down to Ray Beaudoin once again in the 586. Oh, that was weird. We go through turns 2 and into 3 over the jump in the Rise Mopar number 586 Ram out here tonight at Lucas Oil. 8 laps to go. Huge air from these trucks out here tonight. Been an absolute great showing so far. Let's see what the remainder of this race will show us in this 13-lap feature as we still have just over halfway to go. 586 flipping the tops of the whoops, trying to keep the speed up. That is the hardest part, I can promise you. That 90-degree left-hand turn makes it incredibly difficult to have the speed you need to get over those. We jump back on board with Chase Spalding, 5 1/4 seconds ahead of James Burke at the moment. 0:39, running away with it at the moment as we go through turn 2. Let's jump back to James Burke now, just heading through the second turn with the 313 right on his heels, about a second behind. Through turn 3, excuse me, over the jump and into the big motocross there, up and over and into turn 4. Over the bridge. We jump inside for just a moment. Over the bridge. These left-hand 90-degree corners are the real killers, as you can see. You don't get a whole lot of speed to try and tackle the whoops with, and it will send you off kilter if you go too hard, as the 7 nearly did there. Big slide from the 7. We watch the rest of the field come on by. Spalding still about 6.5 seconds ahead and gaining. 7 and 313 battling it out for second place now. Trucks going over, trucks going under the bridge, going through the final turn. 0:39 just coming across your screen now. Big air across the start-finish line from the 7 into the 313. 6 laps to go here at Lucas Oil. Let's jump back into the field a little bit here. Let's go down to David Holdren, the 524. Putting on a good show so far. He's in 8th, up 5. Tied with Joel Ulrich, just ahead of him, and Christian Noble and Brandon Salstrom in 10th and 11th, respectively. Most improved truck on track is Warren Watkins in the number 39 down in 4th. He is up 7 at the moment. David Holdren in the 524 over the jump and into the motocross air. Big air from the 524. 586 of Ray Beaudoin right behind him. Another CDJ truck out here tonight. Very sideways off the jump, managed to keep it going. That is something that worries me when you go that hard into the jumps, that sideways. The risk of rolling it over is very much there. The 524 crosses over the jump and into the first hairpin. Trying to run down the 86 and the 19 just ahead of him. Getting some good speed going, shifting up nice and early down into the final turn. Everybody trying to keep their trucks going here. Actually steering a little bit harder. Whoa, 524 and the 86 come together in turn 1. 86 of Joel Ulrich having a problem in turn 1, getting hooked up with the 524. 5 laps to go. Jump up to Warren Watkins now in the number 39, leading this small pack. Richard Hardman up to 3rd, still holding at the moment. James Burke still ahead of him. Less than right about 3/4 of a second between the two. Start spacing out. 0:39 just going through the hairpins now, as you can see in the back of your screen there. 39 trying to run down 3rd in the 313. He is over about 6 seconds behind in the 39. 8:09 of Michael Boyd trying to get 4th place as we go through the hairpins. 19 looking to capitalize on this fight as well. 8:09 19 right there with him. Everybody can keep up some speed here. Jump back up to James Burke and the 313 of Richard Hardman. James Burke in the 7th. Very pink machine out here tonight. Running some great laps so far, though. 4 laps to go here at Lucas Oil. Everybody having a good race. 0:39 of Chase Spalding running away with it. 7 1/4 seconds, 7 1/3 of a second. Running away with it so far. Over the big motocross jump we go again. 7 with a very big jump there. Not sure if that was intentional, but the whole truck rolled to one side. Managed to get it to land straight and keep it going. He slides all the way over and onto the whoops we go. Big trouble. 7 with a very bad exit off of the jumps. 313 looking to capitalize as they're door to door into the jump and into the hairpin section. 313 getting blocked by the 7. 7 parks it on the inside. 313 has no choice but to wait for him to go. It is full on New York City traffic that this 7 is putting a fight for. with the 313 right behind him, cannot keep up. 3 laps to go. Chase Spalding only improving his lead up to 8.5 seconds on this number 7. Jump down into the field. Tyler Shattuck in the 37. Bit of a world by himself at the moment, down in 10th place. Trying to put on a good show, doing so anyway, in the number 37 truck. 99 of Brandon Salstrom and Brandon Prasad in the 43 behind him. Both cars on the last cars on the lead lap, excuse me. Adam McAfee, Tyler Spencer, and Mladen Lakovic all down 1. Joel Ulrich in the 86 down pit road this time. Jared Lathrop and Justin White did not start the race. We go over the motocross jump. 37 with some big air, trying to keep some speed going. As we jump over to Brian Nicholas in the number 19 once again in the midst of the battle for 5th. He's currently up in 5th now. 809 right there with him. Trying to block that inside. The 39 of Warren Watkins just ahead. 809 of Michael Boyd right there beside him. Under the bridge and into the final turn we go. Everybody with beautiful slides all the way up through the dirt. 19 stuck on the outside. 809 capitalizing down the front stretch and into turn 1. 809 on the inside. 19 having to relent the position. Almost clips the tire there. Got real close to doing so. 19 trying to get the better run on the 809. Warren Watkins currently in 4th, trying to run down the 313 just ahead. Just about 2 seconds up the road from him. Chase Spalding now with a 10-second lead as he jumps over the first jump and into the hairpins. Or the last big jump into the hairpins, my apologies. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Very minimal damage on the 039 of Chase Spalding as we go through the final corner. White flag will be out this time, coming back no matter what here at Lucas Oil. Chase Spalding in the 039 needs one more good lap. 9.64 seconds ahead. We go through turns 1 and 2. The relatively unscathed 039 running and hitting his marks. He goes over the jump and into turn 3. Off of turn 3, over the little jump into the big air motocross jump. Up and over. Huge air from the 039. Little cattywampus on the landing. Into turn 4 and over the bridge. Turn 5 and into the whoops we go. Completely sideways in the air is the 039 as we go over the whoops. Trying to keep the speed up. Does so beautifully. That was probably the best running we've seen of the whoops. Into turn 6 and over the jump and into the hairpins 7 and 8. Right and left-handers and into turn 9 to come back around and win here at Lucas Oil Speedway, my apologies. Through the final corner we go and into the jump. Chase Spalding will win here at Lucas Oil Speedway for round 3 of the PRO-4 Esports Off-Road Racing Championship. Richard Hardman in 2nd. James Burke in 3rd. Mike Boyd in 4th. Ray Baduin in 5th. Christian Noble in 6th. David Holdren in 7th. Brian Nicholas in 8th. Tyler Shattuck under the bridge in 9th. Warren Watkins in 10th. Stuck on the backstretch. He may have broken his truck. I believe he is broken. He stopped just before the last turn. Brandon Shallstrom also stopped. A lot of trucks will not make it to the end of the race. What a finish for Chase Spalding. Let's see if we can get him up in here first. Chase Spalding, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do, good sir.
Chase, what a commanding win out there tonight in the 039 truck. Over 10 seconds clear of the 313 of Richard Hardman at the end there. Talk us through it. What happened?
It was just a great. It was unfortunate that Brandon set the fastest lap for pole and had that EOL because of last race. But we started out, wasn't trying to be too, I would say, rough trying to pass Adam. It was interesting trying to get past him, but I got past him and then just left from there and just tried to stay consistent as I could be.
Well, it seemed to work pretty well in the end, and that just destroyed the field out there tonight in the 039 machine. That was one heck of a run from you, Chase. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I would like to thank Barricade Plaster Service for helping me, KLR, David and Joey. Great guys. Thanks for being my teammates. I would like to thank Jason Freights for putting up core and hosting this league. And thank you for putting up this great broadcast and being so helpful.
Well, thank you for the little shout out there. I appreciate it very much. And congratulations once again with the win out here tonight in the 039 truck. Congratulations, and we hope to see more of you next week.
Thank you.
Let's get Richard Hardman out into the booth. Richard Hardman, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Richard, congratulations at the last minute getting second place out here tonight in that number 313 truck. I kind of missed what happened to Warren Watkins, so talk us through that last lap and the overall victory over Warren after such an amazing race between the two of you throughout those 13 laps. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was pretty tight race. I got super lucky in the beginning of it. Barrel rolled after the table in the whoops. After the whoops, somehow landed back on the tires. But yeah, I think it was James I was racing. Awesome race. He just got on an unlucky bounce last lap through the whoops, and I just took advantage of it. Came together with him, but came out all right at the end.
Well, it seemed to work out for you very well in that number 313. Congratulations on a fantastic second place finish out here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, thanks for hosting, and thanks to Underground RC for all the support. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you too. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and we hope to see more of you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let's get James Burke up in here. James Burke, this is Pat Wilkinson up the booth. You got me?
I sure do. What's going on, man?
James, congratulations on the fantastic P3 out here tonight. You had some great battles with plenty of other trucks out there. 39, I believe, at one point. 313 a couple times. 809, the 586. Plenty of trucks you fended off and had one hell of a race with. Talk us through some of that action.
Yeah, I had a good battle with Chase there in the beginning. McAfee was in there too. I had a good battle with him there in the beginning, and it sounds like he got a cut black flag, so he had to pull in, and then Richard was right there the entire race behind me, and I unfortunately just had a bad bounce in the whoop section there in the last lap, and he was able to get around me. It would have been nice to get P2, but I'll take P3. It's all right. First podium in this league, so.
Worked out for everybody in the end. Congratulations out here tonight on a fantastic first ever P3 for you out here in the Core Pro 4 official series, or the full series anyway. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Just want to thank friends, family, and DF Forestry, Andrew Burke's Tool Land, 5060 Drift Rentals. Shout out to Jason and the crew over at Core for putting on the league every Saturday, and you for putting on the streams. So.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much for having me, and I hope you had a great night of racing out here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. We hope to see more of you next week. How does that sound?
That sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, well, he did that for me. Well, folks, you have spent a perfectly good hour with all of us here at Tier 1 Studio. We thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the show. This broadcast brought to you in part by Core, the Champions Off-Road Racing Esports League, MBJ Race Wraps and Designs and Dubby, official partner sponsor of Core. Use code PRO-4, PRO-4, for 20% off your order at dubby.com. This broadcast is brought to you by a Tier 1 Studios, Tier 1 Wraps, and Tier 1 Setup Shop. My name's Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This has been Tier 1 Studio and the Core Pro-4 Off-Road Championship. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for 'em. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1 Setup Shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 Setup Shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 Setup Shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you want to win races, Tier 1 Setup Shop. get your lane. Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Tier 1.